Hey YouTubers and YouTubies, it's Michelle, and I'm back from the diet class. Shouldn't be called a diet class, seriously. It should have been called a follow-up session. Because if you've already been to a nutritionist class, which was required to do 3, this wasn't anything new that I didn't already know, except for one piece of information, maybe 2. But the second one was a common sense information. Rough overview. I told you I'd share with you what I got. This is my piece of paper they gave me. Note that on the top, for me as a sleeve patient, it says 3-month RNY. That's bypass informational resource. Everything that a sleever gets as information is based on the gastric bypass information. So sleeve is still so very new, within 5 years of being a surgery that's commonplace for anybody with gastric surgeries, that there's really no data out on it. So the only data that they can use is bypass information. And so for the next 5 years to 10 years, they're going to be compiling all the data together to determine whether or not the rules change for anybody with sleeve as opposed to bypass, which I think there's going to be some differences. But anyway, here's some of the stuff that you're going to need to know. And I've said this on other videos, and I walked in and there was really nothing new I didn't know except for one piece and a half a piece of common sense that I already kind of knew, but you know, I'm not utilizing it. So anyway, I'm going to get to this and then I'll tell you what happened with me. Protein is the priority. For everybody who has a surgery, protein is your priority. If you're hungry, you've got to think, you've got to ingest protein. However you're going to put it in your body, however it's going to happen. If you're brand new post-surgery, you're going to do it slowly with whatever your facility says. Like for me, it was 4 stages of different types of food, but priority-wise, it was always protein at the top of the chart. In your food diagram that we're all familiar with, your food pyramid, it's all structured differently. But for gastric surgery patients, at the peak of this pyramid, it's protein. However you get your protein in is how you do it. So you're going to do it, half of the meal is going to be the protein, and the other half is going to be whatever you want it to be. So you can have half be vegetables, half could be fruit, half could be bread, it could be grains, it could be the other half could also be protein. There's nothing wrong with protein, so make sure that you're getting your proteins. It's got to be what you do for every single meal that you have and every single snack. Now, I've already adopted that, so if I want to have a snack and I'm kind of like thinking mentally I'm craving potato chips, I'll go get some peanuts. And I'll have some peanuts, and that's what I'm really wanting, I think, is the salt in the potato chip, because I'm pretty much off the carb kick now, so I don't even want to eat bread or potatoes anymore, which was a huge struggle for me. So I think it's the salt that I'm looking for. So peanuts act as the protein source and a good source of fat. You've got to monitor how much you're putting in, because even olive oil, as good as it is still a fat. Okay, anything in excess is no good. So you're going to want to make sure you're within the limits. But I'll do peanuts for the protein in my diet to replace the potato chips, so that I don't have to have any potato chips around me to want to start mentally craving those. It's going to be your first thing that you eat. You have to try to reach your protein goal. Mine is 95 grams a day, and I can just about hit that every single day. Every single day I can just about get that protein hit. I have no problems almost hitting the protein, whether I'm ingesting it via fluid, which is either a protein shake, or a Protein 15 protein drink, which is 15 grams of protein per drink, and I use that like a Crystal Light kind of thing, sugar-free drink for me. I just mix it with water and then I take it in, and so I've got 15 extra for every water that I'm drinking if that's what I'm using. I don't do it a lot because Protein 15 is not cheap. It's like $1 a packet. So that's kind of like a luxury water for me when I drink it, and I think I need some more protein. You're going to measure 1 ounce equals 7 grams. So for every 1 ounce that you're of protein, for every 1 ounce, so if you're having a cup, that's 8 ounces, and 8 times 7 would be 56. I'm not really good at math. So 7 times 7 is 49, so I think the next one up would be 49, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was right, 56. So that would be for 1 cup of protein, 8 ounces, which is a cup, is 56 grams, which is, for me, half of my daily allotment for the protein intake. So that works for me. The sources that you're going to want to have are meats which are very lean, like turkey breast, ground turkey, lean cuts of beef. I try to stay away from beef because it has a lot of fat in it anyway. You're also going to want to do fish. Fish is probably one of the best things you can do. I can go to Walmart and get like these huge cases of tilapia, and I can have fish like that, and it, you know, and it's single serve fish, so however many ounces it is equals how many grams of protein I'm going to get. Eggs are a great source, but you can only have 4 a week. Sorry, folks. That was something new I learned today, too. I love eggs. And a little disappointed that I can't have eggs every morning now, but it's okay. It's okay. 4 eggs is a cup, just so you know. That's a whole cup, and equates to however many proteins you got in there. Soy is another source of protein, and that you can get in soybeans. You can get that in soy milk. You can get that in a variety of tofu is soy. You can get protein in soy a variety of different ways. You just have to look and be creative. And then also in your supplements, like your protein shake and protein drink, like the Protein 15. Your supplements you're going to want to take is a protein meal replacement. For my facility, they ask that we do it 1 to 2 times a day. I'm not doing any protein drinks. I mean, shakes, none. I don't, no. It's too hot and it sits on my stomach for too long, and I just can't do it. I cannot do it. I can't do it. So I'm staying away from that. But that doesn't mean you can't be creative with your protein shake powder and do a whole bunch of different types of recipes. If you look online, you can make ice cream out of protein powder. You're craving some ice cream, want something sweet? Try to make some ice cream out. That's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow on my cooking channel over at my best friend from church's house. Is we're going to be making some high protein, low carb ice cream, and we're going to try it out and see if it tastes any good. You can make pancakes out of the protein powder. Can act like your flour. You may have to try different recipes and tweak it a little bit and see how it works, but I bet you could make protein bread out of it. I mean, there's 1,000 different ways that you could do protein powder. So be creative, look online, Google it, and see if there's any recipes out there. I will have some posted on my cooking channel, Dishing with Divas. If you don't know yet, you can go to Dishing with Divas on YouTube and sign up there, and we do live, well, not live, but recorded videos of cooking for you, and I put up the recipes and tell you which stage that it's good for, and my recipes are also family friendly. When we make a recipe, it's meant for the bariatric patient to consume, and it's good enough for your family to eat as well. So that's the whole point of that cooking channel, that you should not have to suffer eating a different meal than your family. You can eat good food with your family, and they won't know any different. It's the same food that they would normally eat. You're just doing it differently than you normally did before. You're going to want to have your multivitamin at least 2 times a day with iron, and that's, I have to do my iron is different than my multivitamin. Because my multivitamin does not hold iron, I have to have 2 different pills for that. That's okay. B-complex 1 time a day, that better be in my multivitamin, because I don't have B-complex. No, it's not. I gotta go get some. B12 is also not in my multivitamin. These are things that should be in your multivitamin, B complex and B12. Calcium citrate should be something you're taking. I do fish oil. Get this at Walmart. It doesn't smell like fish. It doesn't taste like fish. It's just a little gel thing, and it slides right down. Don't open it, because it probably does stink. So, I mean, if you open up the gel bag, I would never, no, I probably would never take another fish pill again. And iron as well. Like I said, if it's not included in your multivitamin, then you're going to want to have an iron pill like I do outside of the multivitamin. Hydration, the goal for them at my facility is 64 ounces a day, and I can hit that. I can hit that. But I sacrifice meals when I do, because the water, the fluid intake fills me up without having any protein in it. I am naturally full on water, which is not common for a lot of people. But I've always been like that. It's nothing new with the surgery. So I have to decide when I'm going to get the water. And now that it's hotter, I can do more fluids. And I was telling my diet class teacher, my advisor, that to get the protein in when I know that I'm not hitting the protein marker because I'm doing more fluids, I use a Pro-T15 to do that. I just mix it into that cold water, and that's fine. If you see a fly flying around, I'm sorry. That's because it's that time of the year and there's a couple of flies in the house. Sorry. You're not supposed to do fluids 30 minutes before your meal. You're not going to do them 30 minutes after, and you're not doing them during your meal. This is stuff you all should know unless you're brand new to this surgery. If you're constipated, you're going to want to add benefiber to your meals, increase your fluids, increase your fruit and your vegetables. Vegetables and fruit are acting as your, I hate that fly, acting as your roughage in your system, so it kind of like moves it around and grinds it up and acts like the filter in your body to help process whatever's in there. So that's why we do fruits and vegetables. Your physical activity. She asked me if I exercise. I'm not going to lie to you all. No, I'm not. It's way too hot, and I'm not going to do it. My house can reach the 90s. I'm not getting on my elliptical. My house is too flippin' hot. I already know walking in. That's the reason why it's so slow for me to take this weight off. I already got it. But it's coming off 1 pound a week anyway, without doing any exercise. If I don't hit my 200 mark, I weighed in on my scale at 263. I weighed in on their scale today at 263. So their scale had me at exactly what my scale has. So it's no more luxury of having that 4 pound thing. So I have to get, let's see, what is it, 13 pounds off to get Leslie's gift to me. And I'm, you know, however long it takes me to get the 30, it might be 13 weeks, Leslie. You know, I hope whatever it is doesn't spoil. If it has a tendency to spoil. I'm not going to kill myself in this heat trying to get this weight off for anybody. This is my thing, okay? I'm not going to do it. When it's cooler, I'll do it. But right now, I'm not going to do it. I'm at 13 minutes. Got to hurry up. So you want to walk between 30 and 60 minutes a day for weight maintenance, meaning to stay at where you're at, which is what I was doing. I was doing 30 minutes a day. Nobody told me any different. The common sense thing that I mentioned at the start of the video is walking 60 minutes a day or more to increase twice the amount of weight loss. So for every 1 pound I'm losing, if I walk for 60 minutes a day, and I hate it in this heat, I will lose 2 pounds per week doing that. You will not see any results unless you're consistently doing your exercise, and your exercise is for at least a month. That's when you will see sustainable results if you're like me and the weight does not drop off fast. For most of you, congratulations for having a body that loves you and wants to get rid of it quickly. For me, I really have to work at it. And right now, while it's hot, I'm taking a break. I'm not going to do that. You can be creative and mix up your exercise routine. It's anything. Anything you can do that would make you move, basically. You like to Zumba? Zumba. Do you like to dance? Dance. Do you like to walk? Walk. Do you like to bike? Bike. Do you like to walk and Zumba? Then Zumba while you're walking. Who's going to care? I mean, you might look foolish, but you know what I'm saying. When you hit a plateau like I do every 10 pounds, in the 10-pound range, this is what they say to do. This was the new thing I did not know. Okay, this was a new thing. Nobody had ever said this to me for me to know. And for a lot of you, you're going to be like, but my facility doesn't say that. It makes complete sense to me. And I was like, what? But it made sense. You want to increase your protein if you're at a plateau. So whatever your top protein is, like mine's 95, they want me to increase it to 20 grams extra a day. So that would be 100 and, I don't know, 95 and 20, that's 15, 115 grams. If I can match that, that's pretty high. Increase your protein, which gives you more energy, so that you know, and increase your physical activity. So if I'm walking 30, then I'm going to do 60. If you're already doing 60 minutes a day, then you're going to want to do more. Everything else I was sitting fine. Nothing was unusual. You want to have 10 grams of fat per meal for a total of 30 grams of fat for the day. That was something I was already working on myself. And 300 grams or less of cholesterol a day. That was something I didn't know. But anyway, I'm at 16 minutes. Don't know if this is going to upload. I'll have to chop it up. Everybody out there in YouTube land, thank you for subscribing, commenting, and have a wonderful day. Bye.